Hi, this is Anjana, director of Veppam, and you're watching me on Behindwoods.com. I'm basically from the ad film background. I started my own production house in October 1997, and I've been making ad films, music videos, documentaries, corporate films from then. At some point of time, I guess I just wanted to tell a longer story, longer than 30 seconds, and that's when I wanted to get into feature films. I've written many scripts and was waiting for the right opportunity to come my way. In the meantime, Gautam, who's a very good friend of mine, he was making this film Vettayadu Vilayadu with Kamal sir in it, and we both thought it was a very good opportunity for me to work hands-on, a full feature film, and get to know the ropes a bit. So I worked with him as associate on Vettayadu Vilayadu, and a few years down the line, I'm here with Veppam today.
என்னடா பண்ணீங்க? எங்கடா போனீங்க? எதுவுமே சொல்லாம முடிச்சிட்டு இருந்தா என்னடா அர்த்தம்? சரக்கு நம்ம கையில இருக்கு. ஒரு போகுது.
As I said earlier, Gautam is a very good friend of mine, and the most remarkable thing about him, I would say, is that he's the most calm and unruffled kind of a guy. I mean, disaster can be happening around his ears on all sides, and he won't react at all. He'll just stay cool and calm. And that's one of the things that struck me the most about the way he is as a person, and even, while working with him. This sort of extended even into his role as producer, because I found that a lot of times things don't go according to plan. This was a film which was supposed to be extremely tight in terms of budget, and we wanted to finish it very efficiently, ad film style, within a certain number of days. And we did that. But along the line, there were so many hurdles. Like, it would start raining. Every time we wanted to shoot a song, it would pour with rain, and so we'd have no choice but to cancel shoot. And many other things, minor and major things like this would happen, as would happen, during the course of any film. But Gautam was absolutely cool, and he was rock solid behind the whole team, and he would just say, go for it and do whatever needs to be done. And the kind of creative freedom that he gave us, that's something unbelievable. I think being a filmmaker himself, he knows the value of that space where you can just, when you're left alone to do what you want to do, the quality of the output, as against when somebody is constantly at you, trying to see what you're doing, breathing down your neck, the quality of the output. So I guess he's experienced enough and smart enough to understand what he's going to get for what. And the kind of person that he is also influenced this to a great extent. So all in all, I'd say it was an amazing experience working with Gautam as producer of my first film. And I hope I'm as lucky in the future with the rest of my producers also.
இந்த வேலை ஒண்டி முடிச்சிட்டோம். பணம் கொட்டன்னு கொட்ட போகுதுடா. வெப்பம் துரத்தினால் வாழ்க்கை நடுங்கலாம். வாழ்க்கை நடுங்கினால் நெஞ்சம் கலங்கலாம். நெஞ்சம் கலங்கினால்
what is Veppam about is it's a very, very difficult question for me to answer, because I would say that it's firstly, it's a very ordinary story about a very, very nondescript, ordinary bunch of people who live in slum quarters. They belong to the lower income group, basically. And the film follows multiple tracks. There are three friends, two boys and a girl. One of the boys' older brother, and what happens to them in their lives. Certain things happen, and the decisions that they make because of these incidents, and the consequences of those decisions. It's like we follow each person's track, multiple tracks crisscross at various points, because these are people who are connected to each other. And ultimately, the conclusion, what happens. That's what the film is about. It's kind of difficult for me to condense it into a single storyline, simply because it's difficult to pick out any one person as the main hero or principal protagonist of Veppam. It's a bunch of young people, and it's all of them are equally important, because all of them take the story forward in huge ways in their own graph. So, yeah.
நெருப்பிலும் வரும் நீரிலும் வரும் காற்றிலும் வரும் புதிரானது அடிச்சு ஆப்பு வைக்க போறாங்கடி.
Veppam is a realistic film. We took a lot of effort to try and make it look as real as possible. We shot the film in real live locations. We went into all kinds of places, unimaginable places, and we shot where there was no physical space. There was hardly any intervention in terms of lights or equipment, or even art directorially there was very little interference. We basically just put the camera in places. We wanted to capture it pretty much as it was, and we just rolled. An extension of this effort was what influenced the casting to a great extent, because I did feel that if we had known faces doing the various roles, there would be a plus point to the extent that the performance level or the marketability of the film or whatever would increase. But the minus would be that you would probably look at all these people as the actors themselves, or as people who have done some role in some other movie. There would be that preconceived baggage that you would be filtering them through that. Whereas if you had a bunch of people whom you had not seen before, you didn't have anything to relate them to, you were more likely to see them as characters of the film. You would see them as those people, living, breathing, alive people, rather than actors. And I did feel that would add a great deal to the gritty and raw and real feel of the film. That was priority. And other than that, I would say that the bunch of actors who actually finally came and worked with me on the film are highly talented, extremely high energy people, and a lot of positive spirit, a lot of optimism and energy was brought onto the table. So all in all, I would say that it worked out pretty well. Yeah, the film is set in Chennai, so it was shot in and around Chennai, in all the common places, the slums, quarters, crowded streets, marketplaces, beaches, Mahabalipuram. One song was shot in Pondicherry, a couple of scenes were shot in Pondicherry, but mostly in and around Chennai. Oru Paattukku we went to Kodaikanal and we shot that there, because that particular song has a slight mix of fantasy and imagination mixed with memories and longing. So we wanted a slightly different visual look and tone to it, so we went to Kodaikanal. But the rest of the film was deliberately shot in and around Chennai. But if you've seen any of our footage, snippets of the film anywhere, you will agree with me in that even the most common, familiar landmark places of Chennai have been captured in a very interesting way by Om Prakash, in the sense that I would have never thought that this place could actually be seen from this angle. The way he set the frame and the way he's actually rolled, extremely dynamic and adding a huge amount of value to the film itself.